And so what will happen is that it's almost like the people, and it's going to sound terrible, and it's true, but it's like the people who have that fuzzy sense of self, because they don't have a defined boundary, okay, of their spirit body.
Yeah.
It's almost like they're asking, okay, it's like the broadcast is, I am available to be pushed into because my boundary is weak. Does that make sense? So therefore, okay, so please know this is not like a blame thing, right? It's just the way you're constructed. It's kind of just like mechanics in a way, right? So what that does is it calls for someone to be like, okay, well, I'm going to push into you because you're like, I have weak boundaries. I'm used to having people push into me. So, okay, I'm allowing that on some level.
Unconsciously.
Unconsciously. Yeah. That's the distortion pattern. That's my point, right? It's a distortion. I'm not saying you're desiring it. I'm not saying they desire it. It's just like, it's almost like two ends of a magnet coming together. Right? Yeah. So it's just what's going to, so even if it's like, if it weren't you, for example, that was like, it was going to be someone else.
He attracted girlfriends that were the same.
Just exactly the same. Yeah. Or some of his friends, I'm sure, were like very dominant or whatever. But that happens a lot when you have a fuzzy sense of self like that. And you can also be in situations where there's a lot more abuse that can happen as a result, right? Because you can't tell, like I said, it's all about telling where the boundary of your spirit body is, right? So you can't tell. It's like someone like pushes into you. Like we all have a sense of personal space. I think we all know that, right? Like, so you can tell, like if someone gets about this close to you, you start to feel uncomfortable.
You can feel if someone's behind you.
Yeah. And so you're just like, no, that's too close. No, I don't know you. You need to like step back.
And everyone's is a little different.
Yeah. And some people it's closer, some people it's further away. Okay. So for the fuzzy sense of self, very permeable, right? So that means that like someone will push in and then it gets to about like too close, right? And then all of a sudden there's anger, right? Because you're just like, it's like a violation then because it's so far in to the spirit body, close to the rendering that sometimes as like a last ditch effort to defend, it's like, get out. But then it's like a lot of anger. Does that make sense? Because for that person, it's like a violation at that point, but they haven't been aware of it. It's like, fine. Oh my God, now we're in like code red. You know? And now we're in anger. And some people don't even get angry. They allow the person to come right into them. And that's when you have people who really become like almost like run patterns of like subjugation. Okay, where they feel like they have to submit to be worthy or to be seen or to be loved or whatever, like overtaken almost by another.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah, it's really can be really horrible. And what's really wonderful is that when you see people who do frequency work, this is the exciting thing. People who have like a fuzzy sense of self start to strengthen, and they're like, wait a minute. No.
Back out of it. Yeah.
You know, but it's true. And it may not, and at first it's kind of funny. It's kind of endearing actually, because some people, haven't said no their whole lives, right? And it's kind of like scary and like, it's hard for them. And so sometimes the first few times they do it, it's a little over hard, you know, because they're not really used to it. So they're like, back off, right? And the person's like, whoa, a little.
And it's like all the years of
Exactly. And then they can realize that, oh, I can hold my space with authority because my spirit body is strong and I've released a lot of these distortion patterns. I'm clarifying. I don't have to be so hard to push out.